Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning. Colin, thanks for that great introduction. I am Wade Henderson. I'm president of the Leadership Conference Education Fund, the Leadership Conference on Civil and Human Rights, which is a coalition of more than 200 national organizations working to build an America that's as good as its ideals. I'm also proud to be the Joseph L. Rao Jr. Professor of Public Interest Law here at the David A. Clark School of Law, University of the District of Columbia. Great to have one of our students here in the audience as an intern on Capitol Hill. I want to apologize to my colleagues in advance. First of all, I'm delighted to be a part of this program. I have to leave almost immediately after my presentation. I'm testifying this morning before Senator Harkin on the issue of for-profit colleges and the impact that they have on students of color, women, persons with disabilities, so I'll have to leave. But this is such an important program that I felt it necessary for me to be here with you today to launch what I think is an extremely important initiative. In the view of the Leadership Conference, access to high-quality public education is the single most pressing civil and human rights issue of this century. To be perfectly blunt, if we don't educate every child and educate them well, our future as a nation is in serious jeopardy. We must break the vicious cycle of poor education, poverty, and racial isolation, each causing more of the others, just as surely as they did when segregation was the law of the land. Many families are poor now and increasingly concentrated in poor neighborhoods because their parents and their grandparents were also mired in poverty and denied access to quality education. Now, as Brown versus the Board of Education envisioned, quality education is the root of all opportunity, and it is how we break this cycle. Yet nearly 6 decades after Brown, we see too many of our kids struggling in under-resourced schools and overcrowded classes. And today, schools are as segregated as they were in 1969, with students of color often trapped in neighborhoods where concentrated poverty has led to perpetually failing schools. Now, as many of you know, the Elementary and Secondary Education Act was last reauthorized as No Child Left Behind in 2002, and it needs to be reauthorized soon. And there is pressure in D.C., right here, in communities around the country to amend and strengthen the law in the 112th Congress. In an otherwise deadlocked Congress, this could be one of the few potential accomplishments. Now, it is imperative that Congress gets the reauthorization right. This is not the time to walk away from a robust accountability system that could, among other things, address the nation's dropout crisis. We are losing more than 1 million students to drop out every year, most of them poor and minority students, and this is absolutely unconscionable. We can't simply limit accountability to a small percentage of our schools while ignoring the others, especially the 2,000 dropout factories, thereby retreating from the long-standing federal role in ensuring that students of color, low-income students, and English language learners have access to a high-quality public education. Now, in April, the Leadership Conference sent a very strong letter urging Congress to maintain and improve the accountability under Title I, including accountability for increasing graduation rates. The Campaign for High School Equity, Plan for Success, being released today, provides a blueprint for ensuring that ESEA reauthorization addresses the challenges faced by our high schools in order to make the promise of high-quality public education a reality for every child in this country, regardless of where they live, regardless of their zip code, their race, ethnicity, or income level. And so thank you very much. Now, I have the privilege of introducing my dear friend, Delia Pompa, from the National Council of La Raza. Thanks very much, and please welcome Delia. Thank you.